Marcus Epps and the Philadelphia Eagles continue to go through the off-season conditioning program here at the NovaCare Complex. Phase 2, soon to come OTAs, and then a break before training camp. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, and Marcus Epps joins me here. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What goes on, for the fans who don't know, what goes on during the day for you in May?
Yeah, so OTA, there's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a good opportunity, though, for us to, get together and bond and kind of build that team chemistry. But it's nothing too crazy, nothing, over the top. We come in, we lift, we meet, and then we go out on the field for a little bit, do some walkthroughs and whatnot. So it's been good so far.
Now that you're 4 years in, are you already in game shape? Do you feel like, and I would imagine when you first come into the league, you don't really know what being in shape is for the season. But at this point, you kind of have it all figured out, right?
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't take too much time off after the season, so I feel like I hop into my training pretty quickly. I try to stay in shape because I don't like that feeling of having to get back in shape. So I feel pretty good right now. Was working pretty hard back in California in these months leading up to OTA, so feel ready to go.
You don't lay around and have milkshakes and just chow out for a couple of weeks?
Every now and again. We actually had a real good ice cream place down the street from where we were staying, so my son would always talk me into walking him down there to get some ice cream, so that was a good time.
You were just finishing up his ice cream, so you're doing your own cones. Marcus, 4 years in, I mean, you got drafted by the Vikings, you got waived, you got picked up by the Eagles. Every year it's gotten better for you here. Describe the journey.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't always been exactly what you would think it is, but that's kind of how the league goes. You got to always just keep your head down and keep pushing no matter what happens, good or bad. You don't want to get complacent. You don't want to get down on yourself. So that's one thing I always try to do is never change my work ethic, never lose that chip on my shoulder of being an underdog, and just keep working harder and harder each year.
Do you think that because you walked on at Wyoming, which I still can't believe, that chip has kind of been the motivation, the thing that's kind of made a difference for you in your career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always been the underdog, always been overlooked, always been doubted, but my biggest thing was I've never needed anybody else to believe in me because I believe in me. I know I'm going to put the work in to make sure I'm always ready. So that's definitely, kept that chip on my shoulder. And, that's one thing I try to just make sure it stays there. I don't want to get complacent ever or ever feel like I've arrived. I want to just keep pushing and working to continue growing as a player.
Is it harder, in your opinion, to make the NFL or to stay in the NFL?
That's a tough one. But if I had to choose, I would definitely stay there because, they're always bringing new guys in. There's always going to be somebody who's coming in and is hungry as well. So, you have to make sure that you stay hungry and keep working. Don't want to feel, like I said, you don't want to feel like you've arrived because once you have that feeling of you've arrived, it's kind of when you stop working. So, you always got to keep that fire.
Fun fact, NFL, not for long. In the Eagles' secondary room, Avonte Maddox is the longest tenured Eagle, and Marcus Epps is right there behind him. Are they calling you Grandpa yet?
Nah, most definitely not.
It's kind of crazy, though. You got here in 2019, and you've been here the longest. It really does. It must open your mind when you see players come and go and see the crazy nature of the NFL. How do you keep things grounded, Marcus? Just keeping yourself together in life and in the purpose of just getting better every day as a football player.
One thing that really helps me stay grounded is my family. I love going home to them and kind of taking my mind off of it. Because my kids, my wife, they don't care if I did good or not. They just love me for me. So when I get to come home to them, they definitely keep me grounded.
The NFL safety, Marcus, it is the job description has changed so much over the years. I know that Troy Polamalu, the Hall of Famer, is one of the guys you always looked up to. What about his game did you like, and what has changed with the position since the time he played?
Yeah, I grew up a Steeler fan, so he was my favorite player. But just the way, he always made plays, the energy he played with, the passion that he played with. But, since then, I think now, obviously, it's much more of a passing game. So I think that's real big for safeties nowadays is you got to make sure you're versatile. You got to be able to do it all. You got to be able. The best guys in the league, I feel like they all can do it all. They can play deep. They can come down and play in the slot if they have to, or they can drop in the box. So, that's a big thing for me that I try to make sure I'm working on every aspect of my game, to where I can any position that I'm put in a game, I feel comfortable doing it.
How fast is it back there? When the ball is snapped, just like is there any way to quantify how fast are things moving in front of your eyes?
Yeah, it definitely moves fast, but our Coach D. Will always talks about if your eyes are in the right spot, that's when it's going to start slowing down for you. If you're looking at too much stuff, then it's going to feel like it's just whirlwind. But, that's how you slow the game down. Just make sure you're looking where you're supposed to look, keying the right things, and, the game will start to slow down in your favor.
It would seem that you have a position right now where it's a great opportunity to take the next step for you in your career and with the Eagles.
Yeah.
How do you look at things?
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely recognize the opportunity ahead of me, but at the same time, I understand that, I have to continue to prove it and I have to still come earn it. Nothing's going to be given to me. So right now, my mindset is just taking everything one day at a time, even here in OTAs. Just take it one day at a time, continue to get better each day, and, everything else will work itself out.
Is it footwork? Is it angles? Like when you talk about your eyes, that's just stuff, you studied all that, right? Like
yeah.
If you haven't done the work during the week, you're going to be cooked on Sundays.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, it's a lot of little things, footwork, angles, putting your eyes in the right spot. So it's a lot of little things that go into it.
Highlight of your career so far, Marcus?
That would be tough to say one thing. I think it's all really been a blessing for me, just the way that it's unfolded. When I look back to, where I started to now, and the opportunity ahead of me, it's kind of hard to choose one thing. I think there's been a lot of blessings throughout this journey. Met a lot of great people, a lot of great coaches. So, I'm just blessed to be a part of this organization. I'm looking forward to this year.
Was there a moment where you felt, hey, I'm going to be able to play at a high level in this league? Was there a play, a game, a series of plays, of weeks that you kind of put everything together?
I think just kind of as time just stacks and you start to, doing the right things, being in the right spot on the field, starting to make a little bit more plays. I definitely feel like that starts to boost confidence. But I feel like last year, I thought I played pretty solid last year, and I thought I set that foundation for me to build off of, as to where last year, I was kind of just, taking advantage of every opportunity and stacking those games to where, it started to build my confidence to where I feel like I'm ready to take that next step.
We began our conversation talking about the off season and training, and let's talk about your gym. You opened a business. Interested to hear why you opened a gym and all the factors that go into making sure that it works for you.
Yeah, so the reason I opened that gym, me and my trainer, Creek Bird, back home, I've been training with him for a long time, 10 plus years now, and he was one of the people that, actually did believe in me. Believed in me from the get-go, was one of the reasons I was able to have that opportunity to even walk on at Wyoming, because nobody else, I didn't have any other opportunities anywhere else.
Literally nowhere else you could walk on.
Yeah, so I just, it was either that or JUCO. So, I got that opportunity in part because of him. And, since then, he's like family to me. I really call him my uncle. He calls me his nephew because that's how close we are. So, we've always, it's something that we've been talking about for a while, is just wanting to have our own spot to where, we can, do things our way, have our own place to go and continue to help, the next generation of athletes and, not just athletes, just people trying to reach their fitness goals. So. How
big is the gym? And what's the clientele like?
So we have about 5,000 square feet of gym space, and then we have 40 yards, about 40 yards by 15 of turf outside.
So it's a training facility for aspiring young athletes?
Yeah, so we have sports performance for athletes, and then we have personal training, and we have group fitness as well. So, we're kind of trying to tap into all different clientele.
Wow, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Quite a business. Are you a businessman? Is your mind a business mind?
I didn't major in business, but, I'm learning. It's something that I wanted to get into. I feel like it's something that's good to, kind of get into after I'm done playing. So definitely just, trying to learn from everybody that, is a part of it and, just keep pushing.
Yeah, you're paying it forward with all the young people out there.
Yeah,
good
for sure,
you, man.
For sure.
Good luck.
Appreciate
Marcus
that.
Epps, thanks for stopping by, and good luck the rest of the spring here. Can't wait to see you on the field when the pads go on. Late July training camp at the NovaCare Complex. Marcus Epps, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.